Hey, what's up, bro? Speed 711 here. Hey, man, if you're watching this, maybe you got the same thing. A copyright strike and takedown complaint from Ukie and Mediatonic. I'm not talking about the fake ones or the ones you might get for ad revenue. I'm talking about the actually manually submitted a takedown complaint order and YouTube issues a channel strike against your channel. If you make gaming videos and you'd recently been playing Fall Guys, and I think it's primarily targeted at PC users that maybe complained about bugs in the game or other players cheating, it seems like that may be the trigger that set this off. Personally, I thought game videos would always fall under fair use for copyright and not be actual copyright infringement. Well, Ukie, Mediatonic, and YouTube disagree. I filed a counter to quote the fair use for purposes such as for criticisms, comments, research, which also includes game reviews and gameplay. YouTube denied my counter and would not even submit it to Ukie and Mediatonic. I understand things are about money, so companies that are bringing them a lot of money maybe get favoritism in this, so I'm not going to push that issue because, like I said, 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. That would delete your channel and all your content if you get 3 strikes on this kind of violation. So I decided to play nice and go along with it. And one of the things, on your first strike, you have to attend what they call the copyright school. It's pretty much a very childish, cartoony, little short video clip you have to watch, and then a few multiple choice questions that you have to answer. And the multiple choice questions aren't anywhere in the little cartoony video clip, but I'm sure you can figure it out, and it gives you a good bit of links to resources. So although the copyright school video may be really cartoony and comical and childish, the links you can get to from there, give you all the details you would need. Now, you still might be unclear on, what did I do wrong? If you didn't blatantly copy someone's work and all you did is make a gameplay video like all the other millions of videos, then why is yours targeted out? And so in digging into that, I found something interesting from a Mediatonic, which is Fall Guys developer. So during my back and forth with Ukie and YouTube, I kept asking, what specifically is wrong with the content? What are you talking about? What content? What user? They weren't very clear, Your content was copyright infringement on our user. They don't tell you anything. So I'm like, what was the target of it? So that's why I was assuming it was because I was showing cheaters in the game, because, every time I would play, I'd see people using hacks in the system. So I guess to avoid negative PR, maybe they strike out at some players that were putting that kind of content out there. Although I was not cheating and I did not sell the hacks. Really all I was doing was making the footage, and I'd even submitted several support tickets, reporting cheaters, but evidently they did not like or want my assistance in that matter. So eventually I went to Mediatonic's website. I already had an account there because, like I said, I'd filed several support tickets trying to report cheaters in the past. But scrolling through their support website, guess what I found? You guessed it, they have a FAQ of frequently asked questions, and down in there, there's a place where you can ask questions and see customer support, and there's a social media section, and then there's a section for video creators, and you can apply. So basically, to make their gameplay videos or give their game a review, you have to apply for their permission. That's how they're covered under this. If you click on that, you get a link to a Google document. And the first one that pulled up was expired, but it gives you a link to another document. And then finally, you eventually get to the application form. You can fill in the form details, that apply to your user. You can provide your Twitch or YouTube. Seems like that's the only 2 platforms they're supporting for the streaming or gameplay footage. So if you put in all your details there, then you can submit the form off once it's all filled out. Now, will this work? I don't know. I haven't got a response back from them, but I filled it out. I figure I'm already on their radar, so I'll probably get denied. But like Fortnite, you know, they say things like, you know, you'll be considered if you have, you know, so many followers or so many subscribers. These people aren't telling us any detail around that, so I don't know if they only want influencers that reach, you know, thousands or millions of people, or if they put this out there but they're not really being active in following up with people. So unfortunately, if you put game videos out there for them, you're at risk of getting a copyright strike unless you're approved in this program, because what they kept asking me is show us permission where the user gave you permission to make videos on their game. I don't have permission. I didn't think I needed permission. Like I said, I thought it fell under fair use. They say that's wrong. They can remove your content. They can strike your channel. There's no need to fight it, because if you keep fighting it, you'll probably just get everything removed and deleted. If you're still following along with this, you know, how strange is this? You know, what's your opinion on it? Has it happened to you? Do you have any history in this? I mean, isn't it really weird that you would have to be accepted to create content or a stream or do a game review? It's basically like, we'll only let you do a review if we know you'll do something in our favor, because we know our thing's all bugged up and we don't want a lot of negative attention. That seems kind of sketchy. But hey, I understand things are about money. So I am happy that they did finally take action. But what I'm unhappy about is they're lashing out at regular legitimate players that weren't cheating or exploiting or profiting off of this in any way. So basically, I'll just consider this a lesson learned. A lot more enlightened to the details around it now, and understand if you make things that may be perceived, you know, negatively against the game, they can strike out at you in this fashion. And if you don't have the backing behind you to bring it into the spotlights, like some famous streamers that may have happened to, they can basically fight YouTube and get enough support that they'll get everything reversed. But if you don't have that kind of support, you're pretty much done for. So all you can do is educate yourself and understand the consequences and be prepared. So we know a lot of people create content without getting permission from the developer. And that's all great and everything until you get one of these strikes on your channel. And since it's so difficult to have that strike retracted, you know, you can reach out to them and talk to them, but you know, I just got the real cold thing. Show us where you have permission to do that. Show us where you have permission to do that. I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. So I'm taking it as this form that you fill out that you never get an answer to anyway, so it's just a waste of time. But I didn't have permission, so I'm taking my strike. I'm going to wait my 90 days and hope I don't get any more. Lesson learned. But if you did apply for it, definitely keep track of it, because if you ever get asked for it, you have to give it to them. And then you'll have permission to use the content. Why it's not fair use, I have no idea, but it is what it is. I feel like it doesn't respect the Fair Use Act. You know, but getting on their radar can get you strikes, can get you that negative attention, get your content removed, maybe even have your channel deleted. And they're talking about they'll delete your main channel and any brand channels that may be associated with the account. It's 3 strikes and they're all permanently deleted after like a 7-day grace period if you can't get it retracted. So, you know, this is serious business if you want to put content on YouTube. Good luck with it. If it happened to you, I hope you can work it out. And as for myself, I consider this a lesson learned, and I'll be really mindful for creating content on any newer games, especially from a new game developer. Those are the ones that are going to be new to the market, trying things out, really sensitive to all the negative issues that may come up. So it may be best to avoid them or look at getting permission before you create any content. Until next time.